Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. This is episode 49, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, Noelle Herzog.
That was so nice.
Noelle, welcome to 2020.
Thank you for having me 2020.
You're welcome. I have invited you into the new year.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely. Guys, make sure you're following us on Instagram and Twitter at 90 Day Podcast. And if you're listening and you love us, which you definitely do, make sure that you give us a 5-star rating and a great review telling us how much you love us and why you love us on iTunes.
All right.
The more reviews we get, the absolute better for our mental health.
Honestly, that's the truth.
That's really what's going on here. We're here to talk about 90 Day Fiance Season 7, Episode 9.
I need my sunglasses for this.
Oh, good. I'm glad you put your sunglasses on. It's so sunny here in the park. Noelle, tentatively, I think that there's no episode next week.
Yes, this is what I've heard. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But there's still nothing on my guide either at home.
The TV guide. Did
yeah,
you get it in
on
the
my
mail?
TV guide. Remember those? Do they even make them anymore?
No.
We used to get like the little ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those.
You get
My
the TV
dad
guide?
would get me my father would be so angry if I lost it.
Yeah, because then no one knew what was on
Nobody
TV.
knew what was on TV. It was very funny.
It's like, I don't know. Where's the TV guide?
Right. It's not funny.
And then there would be like an article about like Roseanne.
Do you remember when? Yeah. Do you remember when DJ Scribbles got married?
Yes,
It
of
was
course.
a TV guide.
Oh,
It was him and his wife was on the
Noelle,
cover.
I can never forget
I
that.
know.
Why do we know these
I don't
things?
know. I don't know why we know these things.
We
Yeah.
need to really explore
We
the
need to
world
get
a little
out
bit
more.
Let's start with Anna and Marcel. 20 days to wed, and she is still crying from last week.
I can't, none of this was enjoyable to watch.
No,
this
she said that
segment.
she's angry with his family, and he said, oh, me too. They don't know what each other's saying.
They don't know what each other's saying. He does not own any other outfit either.
No, also, he doesn't own any other look on his face.
No.
He looks
doesn't.
like he is hiding maybe like a hard candy in his cheek.
Yes, that's exactly what he looks
And
like.
he doesn't want his mom to know.
Right. So he's just going to hide it and not move.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he makes this face like, ho, 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 you don't know I have candy in my cheek.
He does. He is crying this whole episode, but I don't see a tear.
Right. So he said that he doesn't want to leave, but his family is very aggressive.
Okay.
They're going to beat him when he gets back.
So
to Turkey.
he's the only boy.
Yes. And this is why he has to obey them.
Right.
So she's going to tell the boys that he's going to leave.
Right. Right.
Why are you? These boys didn't like
Do you know
him.
how happy they're going to be? It's like she wants them to be
She's
sad.
trying to make a thing, right?
Yep.
What does she even tell? Like, she's like, I'm going to tell the boys.
But
Like, what is she telling them?
Well, also, right. So what is she brainwashing these kids? Because, the things that they said back to her, it was like she fed them the lines.
They were scared not to
Yes,
say that.
exactly.
And I got to tell you, even the little one knows that he has to play this game.
I think especially the little one. Because the little one's like, he could be manly. And it's like, you don't even know what that means.
He said that he'll probably go back. And she's telling the younger ones and her mom that they're going to call off the wedding. And her mom's upset and confronts him.
Yes.
He says that his family is bad. Like, can you use better words?
No. Can you use sizzle words for this?
Please. My family is...
terrible.
Right. My family is judgmental.
Ooh, judgmental. Good one.
So he said that he's going back to Turkey. And he says, he's like, oh, the kids are so upset.
Mm-hmm.
And Leo's like, I will be sad when Marcel leaves.
Right.
He's
He
like, am I reading that right?
could be manly and do things. It's like, what? And she goes, you're breaking these children's hearts. And it's like, I don't really
Leo's
find
like,
that very
I
true.
actually feel fine side
Right.
note. He's the only one in this scene that's like kind of has anything intelligent to say.
Yes, agreed.
Leo's like, listen, it is what it is. What are you going to do? She said that he's breaking a child's heart.
Right. No.
He's not.
No, you're not. You're gluing it back together by leaving.
You going back to Turkey is mending a broken
Yes,
heart.
you are helping. You're enriching the lives of these children.
He's crying and he says he has no choice but to go back to Turkey. So
Okay.
she picks up Joey at band practice, the oldest, and she tells him what happened, but she has to pull over to tell him. Like, he's going to flip out,
Right.
and no one's going to be able to see out the window.
Right. Like he's going to jump out of the window out of heartbreak.
Like, he's going to start seizing.
Uh-huh.
And she booked a hotel for Marcel.
Yeah, I guess she's big mad.
Yeah, I was like, wow. So he's not at the house. Joey
Right.
said his life will go back to normal, and it was a bad idea in the first place.
Yeah, he is. In general, that he seems very shut off. like in life.
But I don't blame
But
him.
no, I don't blame him. But I feel like she blames them.
Yeah, she does. And she's like,
Yeah.
well, it was a good idea to me.
Right.
Like, she's like, why aren't you upset?
Right.
So he's annoyed that she dragged them.
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing really frustrates me. I have to tell you the truth. Like, I think, not to get too into me, I grew up with a single parent, and my father always said I would never be with someone you didn't like.
Right.
You know, I would never, ever, ever. And I feel like she really forced him on these kids, and she's forcing like lines down their throat.
But he didn't even like the kids.
He didn't like the kids. Right. Exactly. It's not like it was one-sided where they just didn't like him.
Right.
I feel like he didn't like them back.
He didn't want to be here. He doesn't like America.
He thinks it's too flat. There's no buildings.
I mean, listen, Nebraska's pretty flat.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I get that. But he says that he doesn't want a Turkish girl, though, either. So what do you want?
He wants an American girl in Paris.
Well, okay. I mean, that's cool. I like when he's in the hotel and he's texting her and she goes, and she's like, I hate you.
Yeah, I kind of understood that one though.
Right. No, but it's so funny because he's like, first she wants to marry me. Now she hates me.
I know. So the family wants him to marry a Turkish girl and he says
Right.
he has to obey them. And then this is a quote, me, very bad man, he texts her.
But don't you think that he saw this coming? Did he think that?
No, he's not that smart.
I guess.
You're giving these people a lot of credit.
I know.
So she wants him gone and she texts him that she hates him, like you said. And he says, I want to see you. So they FaceTime. And she goes, no.
Right.
And then they FaceTime immediately.
Right.
He's crying and wiping his face with his hotel bed.
Uh-huh. Oh, I knew you would like that one.
I'm like, this guy is going to get the norovirus in a split second.
Uh-huh. He has eye herpes right now.
He has all of
He has what her mother has.
cholesterol of the eyelids.
Uh-huh.
He says, this is a quote, I want to hold her hair one last time.
Right. I want to smell her.
Well,
Here's the thing. I've never said that about anybody.
you're not a serial killer.
I've heard guys say that, though. Like, I want to smell her. And it's like, well, that's weird to me. I don't want to smell anyone.
Yeah, but also, like, if I was a guy, I would want to smell a lady because guys smell terrible.
Women smell better than men. But
some.
I don't know. Hudson River vagina is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think that Nebraska is different. It's more like honeybee.
Okay. Honeybee. Oh, that might be a good smell. Maybe she smells like honey.
She should. I think she should just talk it out. I think that they need a ton of therapy.
I think they need a ton of therapy.
And guess what?
What?
They should use BetterHelp.
Everyone should use
Do you know
BetterHelp.
why? Because even if Marcel goes back to Turkey, he can continue with his counselor. And even if Anna's in Nebraska, because, I mean, listen, how many therapists are in Nebraska? Probably as
4.
many as beekeepers.
Right.
There's probably more beekeepers than therapists.
Probably.
In Nebraska. BetterHelp online counseling is absolutely my favorite thing to use. I had my session last night. My counselor is so helpful to me. And I just video chat from the convenience of my own living room.
Well, that's my favorite part about it. I don't have to leave my house.
I could cry in my own living room.
Yep.
I don't have to drive anywhere. I can make appointments as needed.
In my pajamas.
Yeah, it's just so amazing. Guys, make sure that you are connecting with your professional counselor in a safe and private online environment with BetterHelp online counseling. Anything that you share is confidential. It is a real therapist. And it's available worldwide. You can text, you can chat, you could just talk on the phone, or you could do video like we do. And best of all, it's truly an affordable option. 90-Day Fiance Trash Talk listeners get 10% off your first month with discount code Fiance. So why not get started today? Go to betterhelp.com/fiance. Simply fill out a questionnaire to help them assess your needs and get matched with a counselor that you will love. That's betterhelp.com/fiance.
Do it.
Yeah, let's talk about Angela and Michael.
Okay.
She said that she's been a hot mess.
I mean, what is the difference?
Right. I mean, she's been a hot mess for a very long time. So she's going to fight for her right to party.
Right. She's going to fight for her tax paying right.
So she's going to go talk to her lawyer, Lou.
Lawyer Lou.
She's like, yo, Lou.
He's like, yo, Angela.
Right? The denial isn't there yet.
Right. So they don't have an official denial.
Right. But it's going to be. So she said that he said they're just going to appeal it. And he's going to appeal it with the amount of time they spend on the phone.
I mean, not for nothing. That's actually pretty smart because I feel like all they do is FaceTime.
I guess, but I don't know if, like, we have to find out the reason it was denied.
Yeah, I don't know. They feel that I guess they're protecting the other person, so they're not just coming here for a green card. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you this.
What?
This guy, Lou, is wearing transition lenses. So inside, he has clear glasses, and then when they interview outside, he's got full-on sunglasses on. Lou, you should have thought this out when you were filming.
That's funny.
Sometimes I feel like the production team tries to make a fool out of these people.
Well, yeah, because they know we LOL about it.
60% of appeals end up in granting, he says.
Right.
So they have to wait 6 more months. But she's 54, and she says that she needs to have a baby right away.
I know, but that's not going to happen, you know?
I don't know if she hears what she's saying.
She doesn't.
She's like, I'm 54 and I need to have a baby. I'm running out of time. It's like, Angela, you ran out of time 10 years ago.
More than that. Angela, you have been out of time for a while.
You've been out of time.
Yeah.
So you have smoked your ovaries closed. She does, though, have the right to marry in America. That is her God-given right.
That is her God-given tax-paying Republican right.
I don't know if she needs to reread the Bill of Rights.
Here's the thing. I feel like she doesn't realize how ignorant she is, so I kind of give her like a little pass on that. But like, the way that she speaks bothers me. Right? It's just the way that she talks. Like, I know, like I said, I don't think she's very self-aware, but just the way she talks, she's so aggressive, and the way she's yelling. I guess it's because she's a single mima of like 18 grandkids.
That's what happens. So Michael goes to his lawyer's office.
Yes.
And we get a very different story.
Yes.
She's like, absolutely do not appeal this. She's like, you're never going to get granted an appeal. You have to get married here in Nigeria and do a K3 spousal visa.
Yeah, that blew my mind. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. A K3 now.
Well, K3 is the spousal visa. So remember.
So K2 is like the fiance visa,
yes.
Or K1?
K1 is the fiance visa. K2 is a very good brand of roller skates.
Yes. Yes. That's where I wore the hot skates.
Yes. K3 is the spousal visa.
Okay.
So you marry. So that's basically what.
But isn't that like a guaranteed approval?
No, absolutely not. That's what Avery and Omar did.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Definitely not a guarantee.
Well, I guess I don't know. In my mind, I feel like if you're marrying someone, you're for real.
Also,
and they
that's
should
what Rachel
just
and John
it.
did a few seasons back. John was in the UK and Rachel was here in America.
Wow, I remember them.
Right. So, I mean, they're not.
And they're still not together.
Nope.
Yeah.
So, no, a spousal visa absolutely is not a guarantee. I mean, you're married.
Yeah, I forgot about those two.
Well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Jasmine and Blake.
Okay. I mean,
she's been here for 8 days, so they have 82 days to wed. I just love how certain things are going so slowly.
I know. And other ones, it's like we have 2 days left.
I know. And it's like you have 82 days left. So he works and she hangs out with his mom. And her mom wants her to cook, but she said that she only cooks, and this is a quote, fitness food.
So I'm guessing that's like lentils and grilled chicken.
I don't think there's lentils involved in any of this, because she said that she doesn't use spices, doesn't use seasonings.
I can't believe that. She's like, I cook without seasoning. Could you imagine a life like without salt?
Yeah, I have a friend like this.
Do you?
I do. And she just boils vegetables. And that's
You do
all
have
she
a friend
eats.
like that.
She boils chicken and she boils vegetables because she just doesn't know anything else.
But I can't believe it.
She doesn't know a better life.
That's a terrible life.
It's frozen food or boiled vegetables.
I can't have a cup of chicken broth without like a seasoning in it.
You like to jazz it up a little bit.
I like to zhuzh it up.
She's jazzing it down.
Well, I mean, Jasmine is jazzing down.
So here I am. I'm like, wow, this lady probably knows how to cook really well. This is going to be exciting. And then cut to the scene. They're peeling cooked shrimp from the grocery store.
Yeah. Meanwhile, all I wanted her was to like show me like, make me some Caribbean food, girl.
Yeah, like something delicious.
Yeah.
No, they're
I couldn't believe it was cooked shrimp.
She's like, yeah, peel them up. It's cooked shrimp. This was in the grocery store. This was half price. This probably smells
Gross.
like disgust.
The whole house reeks of fish. But the thing is, like, they're going to be hard as a rock.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So she was saying that she can't cut the onion because she cries from onions.
Okay. I mean, who doesn't?
Sure.
Yeah.
And the mother's like, oh, I mean, I don't care.
The mother's trying very hard, and Jasmine is not trying hard
Cook
at
something
all.
better, though.
Oh, my God. Cook something way better.
So the mom's like, are you going to work?
Right.
And she's like, yeah, I'm going to do social media. So when you say that, you think like, oh, maybe she's going to do some strategy, or maybe she's going to run some people's social media accounts. Maybe she's going to do some marketing. No, She thinks that she's going to be an influencer.
Oh,
She
that's
is
what she means.
Delusional. She has given everyone a different answer. She's not going to work, and she has no plans of working.
She has no plans of working.
She thinks that she is marrying a famous producer.
She is very, very unfriendly. She's so standoffish.
Very
you
standoffish.
know?
She thinks that she's marrying Diddy.
Yeah, she does.
And she doesn't realize that it is not.
No, listen.
She's marrying Duddy.
I can't.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, guys.
No,
Tracy caught me off guard with that one.
She has 6 months before she could even work.
Right.
Okay, now
Yeah.
back to the cooking.
Okay.
They're cutting up curly parsley.
Okay. I thought it was cilantro. It wasn't. It was curly parsley.
It was curly parsley. What are you doing with that? Is there a garnish?
So she's basically boiling cooked shrimp
Mm-hmm.
and putting cilantro on top. I mean, not cilantro. Curly parsley.
Curly parsley. Eating a curly parsley is like eating a knife.
I never buy curly parsley.
You don't because you're not. Curly parsley is used for garnish.
Yeah, that's the one. Like you go to Applebee's, they sprinkle it on your plate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or they just like keep a sprig of it on the side.
Like here's your steak with your sprig of parsley.
Exactly.
Now they're using kale though, because that's a new thing.
Oh, geez.
Uh-huh.
She got a white cocktail dress for her wedding dress.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, I got my dress in Finland. It's a cocktail dress." Like, oh, okay, cool. It's so classy.
So his mom is like, "Hey, do you know that the bride's family pays for the wedding?
Right.
And the groom's family pays for the rehearsal dinner?"
Here's the thing: is that like a rule?
It's a cultural thing,
Right.
But also remember something.
Yeah.
They're probably going to get married in town hall.
Right.
This is a quickie wedding.
Right.
And her parents aren't here.
Also, I don't think her parents know, right? Like about the wedding.
Who knows?
Because I feel like she alluded to like nobody really knows that
Really?
like a thing. Yeah. And I have to tell you, I look at their Instagram all the time and there are tons of pictures of them together. They're like, it seems online like they're super happy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of super happy, let's talk about Tanya and Sinjin.
I can't. I want to punch my TV screen.
He's going to go to Tanya's sister's house with the sister, the husband, and the kid.
But what's her name?
The
Tania? No, it's like one is Tanya. Like their names are so similar. It's
I
like
think her
one
sister's
letter
name
of
is
fault.
Itonia.
Listen, I want to tell you real quick. Last night, I was trying to do some deep investigating about the mother.
Yes.
And I haven't come across anything yet, but she is a hooker from the point.
I know.
Tracy,
You
I'm
have
convinced.
to watch that documentary.
I have to. It's on YouTube.
I know, but the quality is so poor.
Is it?
Yeah. We need a good... Guys, if you can find us a copy or figure out where we could watch Hookers at the Point. It was an old HBO documentary. I think it was from the 90s. Very important.
Tracy, it's her.
The narrator in the beginning is my favorite part of Hookers
Why?
at the Point. He goes like this. He's like, "It's late at night. Hookers keep hooking. Everyone is hooking." It's just so funny.
That's really funny. Okay.
So their house is cluttered too.
Their house is cluttered. I feel like they're very like overwhelmed.
Yeah, but they're also
overwhelmed
like, I
parents.
feel like they're clutterbug people.
They are, because look at the hooker mother.
Yup. Well, I guess when your mother's a hooker
Yeah, you
From
have
the Bronx.
you learn to hoard.
and now you've moved to, imagine she really, because I mean, it's not,
Tracy, it's her. I'm telling you, that picture, the one you posted
Yeah.
in our group, the side by side, I looked at it last night. I was like depicting this picture. I looked at it on my laptop.
yeah, you're like, this is exactly
and I'm like,
her.
this is the same human.
Oh my God.
She's
I'll never
just
get
a
over
little
this.
like few heroin years later.
Right.
Yeah, it's her.
So apparently Tanya barely talks to Sinjin. So
Right.
and the brother-in-law, let me tell you what he's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
He's wearing a cross and a religious medal. This guy is wearing 2 chains.
He's
He has
very
them out.
religious.
He has them out.
Uh-huh.
And his name is Isaiah, right?
Mhm.
And her sister is wearing a rosary necklace.
Mm-hmm. They're very religious people.
They're very outwardly religious.
Uh-huh. They're very religious.
They're very bling religious.
Uh-huh.
He's scared that she's getting cold feet, and he's worried that she's cheating. And apparently she drinks a ton.
I don't think she's getting cold feet. I just don't think she cares.
I think that she's getting hungover.
Yeah. I just don't think she cares.
I think she's getting alcohol poisoning. So he calls Tanya, and there's no answer.
Right.
And, you know, she's in Costa Rica. She can't give him her time.
She's hammered.
She can't. She has to feel the beat with her salsa teacher.
It's like, what are you even talking about? Where is this school? Where is this herbology school?
Yeah, why don't we
she's
ever
in?
see the school?
Never.
We just see her feeling the beat.
Yes, we see her dancing a lot.
Well, her Old Navy dress is falling off.
She has zero bra on.
No one wears a bra.
Wiggling her ass. That's all she's doing the whole time.
She FaceTimes with him and her salsa teacher.
It was good.
AKA a cute black guy that
Yes.
she met. Okay,
Yes.
great. She said, and this is a quote, "I'm drinking some."
And he's like, yeah, you're drinking a lot more than some.
She has dirty nails once again. Do they not have like soap and water?
I'm telling you, they want these people to look like fools.
I guess. She just wants to go back to the girls. She's like, I can't keep talking to you. I need to go back to the girls.
She is awful.
And he's like, all right, just promise me you'll call me when you get home. And she goes, I can't promise you that I'll call you.
Now, let me ask you a question. What was she saying about scheduled messages?
Yeah, she said that she can schedule messages and that's how like she would keep in touch. Like basically she's like, I'm going to lie to you.
Like you could schedule a text message to go out at a certain time?
Right.
Okay.
She wants more breathing room.
I mean, how much more do you need?
I don't know, but her Old Navy dress does not fit her.
Nothing fits her. You're in another country, by the way. You have enough breathing room.
Yeah. So there's 43 days to the wedding, and she did not call him to say she got home. I'm guessing she was fainted drunk.
Blackout, right?
She said that she has too many missed calls from him. It's too much. And she said it's more commitment than she can give.
Right.
And she tells him, you're not my father.
I don't like checking in. It's too fatherly.
Yep. And she
like,
said that
what?
he needs a lot of attention.
And she's like, but I just can't give you everything you need.
I brought this guy here from South Africa. I put him in my shed, and in my shed, he will stay.
Right. She's like, I can't give him everything he needs. And it's like, then why are you with him?
Okay, then he needs to go back to where he came from because this isn't nice.
Listen, I'm sure that they're painting him in a very good light and her in a very shitty light. I'm sure that he's got some bad points too. Sure. But like, she's terrible.
He's living in a shed.
That's what I mean. He's living in a shed from another country and she leaves.
So I read some gossip on Instagram that her sister hates her too.
Okay, I was reading that.
And how she moved herself in. Tania moved herself in with her sister and her brother-in-law and their kid. And they were like, hey, you can't stay here.
Right.
And she was like, oh, I don't know where to go. And that's when she moved into her mom's shed.
And she didn't even tell them about St. John. She was just going to move him into the sister's house.
Yep.
Her sister said she yelled at her over liking blueberry lemonade.
She what?
She yelled at her over liking blueberry lemonade.
Oh, that's right. I did see that. Yeah, they were like just getting in fights over everything.
Yeah, well, she's combative.
Very.
Yes.
Let's talk about Robert and Annie.
Okay.
He's still upset. He just doesn't want a threesome.
Right. And it's like, you don't have to have one.
You don't have to. No. So his sister Robin is coming to Florida, and Robin and Annie talk on WhatsApp all the time.
Right.
Why don't they text?
Listen, I don't know. I have friends that do that too, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't know when they're getting married because he doesn't know if he wants to marry her.
I call bullshit on that.
I think that's bullpit because he wants a babysitter.
Yes.
Who sponsors her? So here's the thing.
That's what I was thinking.
A lot of these people don't have jobs.
Right.
And if you remember back from Nicole and Azan, you need someone to sponsor them.
Right.
And also Paul and Carini.
Yes.
Someone has to make enough money to support them when they get here in the U.S.
Yes.
And he's like poor apparently.
Right. I don't know. Is it Bryson's grandmother?
Who knows? No, because they were surprised that she even came here.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So she used to do hair and lashes back in the DR.
Right.
And she loves Robin, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she said that Robert didn't buy her clothes or get her an apartment when she came here, and he lied to her. So she's like, I didn't bring many clothes. Like I just brought like a half of a t-shirt.
Right.
I brought like mostly bra tops.
And my sister sold the rest.
Right, because I thought he was going to give me new clothes. Now, Noelle.
Yeah.
Even if you were going somewhere,
yeah.
and I was like, Noelle, when you get here, I'll buy you new clothes. Wouldn't you bring some clothes? Anyway?
I would still bring a suitcase full of clothes. Also, she's always in different clothes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he also lied to her. And his sister's so funny. She goes, and this is a quote, do you know he's like poor?
It was so funny.
He told her that he will give her money every day and he was going to support her and he was going to give her an allowance.
Yeah, I think he was full of it. I think he was doing
said,
anything to bring her there.
For sure. The sister said that it's going to take time. She said that she wants more sex. She wants it every day, 3 times a day.
I mean, that was a little excessive.
At this point, I think that she's just trying to be like...
To say anything, right? Yeah, I think you're right.
She's like, you promised me that I could ride a unicorn when I got here.
Right.
Where's the unicorn?
Where's the Pegasus?
If you don't bring one, I'm going to go back to DR.
No, that's true.
She probably wants to go back to DR.
His sister, the nicest.
So nice.
Colored contacts.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't know why people do this.
Okay.
This is very distracting.
That's the problem. It was distracting.
He said that Robert said he can only have weekend sex because he is a busy man.
He could
and
have.
She's like,
he's like, Friday through Sunday, I'm good.
She's like, all you do is sit in the car. He's like, yeah, but I turn the wheel. So Robin goes wedding dress shopping with Annie.
Right.
And Annie wants a sexy dress. I know you're shocked.
I know. I'm no way does she want cleavage out.
I know. Robin has really big boobs too.
Robin does have really big boobs. Robin, I think, is adorable. She is so nice to Annie.
Yeah.
It's really incredible.
She's very, very nice.
Yep.
So Robert gave her a $400 budget. They should go to David's Bridal.
I mean, yeah, let me tell you something. That my second runner-up dress, like the week before the wedding, was only $300. I really was thinking about getting it at David's Bridal. Like David's Bridal has really nice dresses, affordable.
They should sponsor us.
Yeah, they really should.
She looks pretty good in the first dress.
Yeah, it's not bad.
She tries on the second dress. It's a halter top, and she has like a belly pooch in it.
But that's so her style. She always has a belly pooch.
And she's like, oh my God, this is it.
It's wonderful. She wants a mermaid dress. Gross. I cannot do the mermaid dress.
She looked good
thing.
in the first one.
She looked good in it. I just can't imagine being comfortable in it. That's
No,
my problem with it.
absolutely
I can't walk. How am I supposed to dance in that thing?
This
Yeah.
isn't good. So Annie starts crying. She misses her family. Her mother passed away. This is kind of cool.
You know what? Watching that made her more human.
That's what I'm saying. It was kind of cool to see her be a person.
Yes.
And, Robert's sister was really nice to her.
She was so nice. That was like when you and I went wedding dress shopping together. It makes you think of like who's not there to see it. It makes you sad, but it's like it makes her so much more relatable.
Well, you bought so many wedding dresses that if we would have had everyone there, like there would have had to been a school bus taking people
I can't even believe it. But my dress is now beautifully preserved and I love it.
You're a very good girl. Let's talk about not a very good girl.
Okay.
Mike and Natalie.
Okay.
So he's walking around with his Bluetooth in his ear.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I LOL'd when I saw that.
With wide leg jeans.
No, he seems great.
Michael didn't go to the Ukraine. Michael went to 1994.
All he's missing is like a silver chain around
his
neck.
Chain wallet.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
and
does.
He needs like carry a skateboard. Why aren't they on before the 90 days?
Right, they should be.
They don't have their K1
No,
visa yet.
it's very weird. Like their whole story is just about her getting the visa. I think they should be on before the 90 days.
So he goes to the embassy because he's gonna find
Right,
out.
he needs to investigate. Basically,
He's like, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna be like, listen, I'm a man. I know you've been talking to a lady.
Right.
I'm a man. So he goes to the embassy and there's no cameras allowed in the embassy. And he finds out that it's classified information and he just has a pending case.
Right.
So he thinks that there's a problem and that she's lying.
Do you think he's being paranoid?
I think that he's seen so much more of her in
Yeah.
this trip that he's like, this woman is a psycho.
Yeah.
I need to ask her a lot of questions.
I think that things have really changed on this trip. Yep.
For sure. So he takes her out and buys her 2 baguettes.
Yes.
And they go to a cafe and she asks him what he wants. Did you see this part?
You want Americano?
She's like, what would you like?
Right.
And he's like, I would like an Americano with milk.
Right. What does that mean?
An Americano is just
I thought it was like coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she turns to the waiter like she's going to order in Ukrainian.
Yeah.
And goes, he would like an Americano with
Oh,
milk.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. And
it's
she
like,
had tea.
He could have just done. Okay. He asked her what she thinks about the visa or if she lied. And she looks like she's going to bite him.
She was sitting there basically growling. She was growling at him.
Noelle.
Yeah.
She's going to bite him.
Tracy. She looked like a feral animal. Like a feral cat.
Yeah.
Like waiting to pounce on him.
I usually say, I usually put in my notes, she's going to stab him. She's going to stab him.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, she's going to bite him.
She's going to bite
with her
him.
mouth.
Yeah.
He asked if she's ever been to America. She fake cries and she leaves.
Right.
And he just sits there. He's like, well, I mean, I'm having an
Yeah,
Americano,
and he's
so
like,
this
well,
is
I mean, I'm
delicious.
gonna have my Americano and wait for you to be
She
done.
comes back
Mm-hmm.
and he apologizes, and then she just wants to go home.
She's like, why you make guilt me? And it's like, I don't know what.
She wants to go home, and he's like, me too, Natalie.
Right.
Me too.
He's over it. You know what? I think he should just go home and forget this whole thing.
He definitely should. He
Yep.
needs to go back to Uncle Bo. He
Yep.
needs to swim in his blue pond.
Yes.
And he needs to
Go live off the land.
Just go live off the land, pay off your debt.
I was just going to say, work off your debt.
You know, you could do it. You could definitely do it.
She is always dressed business casual. Have you noticed
She
this?
really is.
Always. I'm like, every time I see her, I'm like, she's got to be like a secretary.
She's always ready for an interview. Emily and Sasha.
All right.
So Betsy's sitting with him, with the baby, right?
Right.
And her mom, Karen, is there. Their dog is so cute.
That dog is the cutest thing ever. What is that? Like what do they call it? A Sherpa? No, it's not a Sherpa.
No, it was like some kind of mix, but you know, it's very small.
Yeah. Okay. But to me, I couldn't figure out if it was a puppy or if it was a small dog.
I think it's just a small dog. It looked like...
It's so cute.
Oh my God. It looked like a big dog. Like it has a big dog's face.
That's exactly what I mean. That's why I was like, is this a puppy? I'm not sure. It's
I
so
loved it.
cute.
So anyway, they don't trust him. And she asked him if he started thinking about the wedding.
Right.
And he's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's mad, but it's like, what guy thinks or cares about the wedding?
I think that she has, listen, he's not great. I think that she has it in her mind though. Like, I hate him. He sucks. Like, already.
Sure. So his family didn't like his other fiancés.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out that both marriages were shotgun weddings.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm shocked.
Well,
It's a pattern with him.
Betsy, her sister, is wine drunk.
Yeah. Oh, she is punch drunk, that one.
And
Uh-huh.
she's like, do you know what a wedding is? And he's like, I literally speak better English than you do.
Uh-huh. He kept his cool though.
I don't hate him.
No, I have to tell you, the more I watch him, the less I hate him. The only thing I don't like
I don't like that he left his kids.
I don't like that he left his kids. That's my biggest problem with him.
Totally, because it's like, if you're leaving your kids, like, what's your plan?
I feel like
how-
he's very sociopathic.
Yeah, I really like...
No, I have to tell you, I don't hate him. I hate her family more than him.
Yes.
Yep.
Totally. So he's like, Betsy says to him, do you know what vows are?
He's like, yes, promise. Well, can you explain a little more?
Because she's trying to confuse him.
She is.
And he's like, am I supposed to be confused?
Right. And then meanwhile, he's saying like, Emily's different. Like, your sister is different. And she like doesn't want to hear it.
Yeah, she's
It's
like, no,
wouldn't
my
you
sister's
wanna hear
just
that?
as bad as your other
Right.
friends. First of all, we have seen his ex-wife, one of them, and she wasn't great.
I mean, she had snaggle teeth everywhere.
There wasn't-
Like
there
hundreds of rows of snaggled shark teeth. She looked like a mako shark.
Good thing Mike's not dating her.
Yeah, really?
Everyone's having really bad trouble drinking this wine. They can't get it out of the
I
glass.
know.
These wine glasses are way
Very
too big.
strange.
So he said that he divorced twice because of respect, that they didn't respect him.
All right. I don't really even know what that meant.
This entire conversation
Is not real?
makes no sense.
Yeah, okay.
Now he's chugging the wine.
Yes.
So there's 84 days to the wedding. They've only been there for 6 days.
Yeah, and Betsy hates the shit out of him
They're
already.
saying with Betsy, and he got fruits and vegetables. And he's like, Betsy, if I make salad, you eat?
She's like, of course.
I love salad.
I love
Salads are my
salad.
favorite. So he throws away a bunch of junk food. But I found out
Yeah.
it was staged.
Really?
So apparently the production crew bought some junk food and put it there and told him to throw it out. And you know how I know it's staged?
How?
Because they put the trash can on the counter.
They put the trash can on the counter. And also, I'll tell you, now that you say that, the junk food is in places that I would never keep it. And
Sure.
I'm the queen of junk food.
Right.
It's the
It's
cabinet
over the-
above the fridge.
That's where I keep like my food processor.
But that's what I mean. I keep the globes for my chandelier in there.
Right.
You
That's
know?
not where you keep
Yeah.
your food that you're going to be
That's
eating.
not where I keep my veggie sticks.
Also, why is he looking in all of my cabinets?
Yeah, it's weird. It's so weird.
He's
I'm
like,
so
hello,
glad
I
you
found
said-
this behind your nightstand, Betsy.
You're feeding my wife Twinkies. What are you doing, Betsy?
So what do you think about Emily's icy blonde hair?
I like it on a human that isn't her.
What is going on with her? I feel like the winged eyeliner is very intense.
Okay, I love that.
But she's always going for a look. She looks like she's trying too hard.
She is always going for a look. And let me tell you something. When she was in Russia, she was the cutest thing I'd ever seen. Now she looks disgusting.
Well, the baby is making fart noises with his mouth.
She did her hair to look like his ex-wife, I swear.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That baby is gigantic.
That baby's bigger than them. Sasha's like, this baby must work out now. I have been giving steroids, very little in formula. I hope vegetable formula. Sasha said that he feels like he's in prison.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
And Betsy told Emily to send him back.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of mean. But I want to know what you thought of her hair. What'd you think of it?
I think that I kind of like, it's a look.
Because here's the thing. I like that I had that hair and I loved it on me. But on her, I don't like it. It's too much stuff.
Like I said, she's trying to do too much. It looks like, you know, like some people could wear like goth clothing and you're like, oh, she looks so cute. And then like if I wore goth clothing, you'd be like, did you just go to Hot Topic and buy everything?
Yes.
Like it looks like she's trying
too hard. It's not natural on her.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, it's like a little bit like rock-like.
Yeah.
And is it like that's the look you're going for? Because you have like crossover blouses.
Yeah, because that's the opposite of you. You are the spokesperson for like Anne Klein.
Right.
Right.
So that's where it was confusing.
That's
it's like it didn't really match her style to me. Guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff coming up in the coming episodes. We're going to have some guests this year. 2020 brings a lot of new things. We're going to be releasing on Mondays now because you know what? You complained, and we heard you.
You kept complaining.
And you just kept complaining. And you know what? You'll still complain.
Yeah, you will.
This is who you guys are as a people. But we love you all nonetheless. Make sure you're joining our Facebook group at 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk listeners.
Okay.
And I'm Tracy Carnazzo. You could find me at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram and Twitter. And you could find my upcoming tour dates at tracycarnazzo.com. Noelle.
I am Noelle Winters Herzog, and you can follow me at Noe_bear810 on Instagram or at NoeGirl on Twitter.
Awesome. Thank you guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Maybe not.
That's right. That's right. Maybe not.
We'll see. Bye.
Bye.